Hello and welcome to Tech Classes with the Houston Public Library. I'm Rachel and today I'll be guiding you through Excel Basics. Excel is an electronic spreadsheet or a computer program that is used for storing, organizing, and manipulating data. There are all sorts of uses for Excel in the business world, primarily for data entry and storage or accounting and budgeting. It is often used for scheduling, building charts, identifying trends, and bridging data together. There are many occupations where Excel is used frequently. Some, but not all of these occupations are accounting positions, project management, administrative assistants, cost estimators, data journalists, and retail management. Microsoft Excel saves a lot of time for users, and it makes it easy to analyze data. The ability to do automatic calculations makes it a useful tool for accounting and finance. For more personal tasks, Excel can be used to create a banking check register for a personal checking account or to track spending and household budgeting. Excel could be used to track statistics of an athlete or help with building things like a fantasy sports team. It can even be used to assist in homework for students of any age. There are so many possibilities for data to be tracked, organized, and scheduled, and as you begin to learn and work with Excel, you will discover more and more uses. The ability to perform complicated mathematical operations and the charts and graphs options are the key factors that make this program so important. This class is just the beginning. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to identify the components of a spreadsheet, easily navigate a spreadsheet, enter data into a spreadsheet, perform basic mathematical tasks in a spreadsheet, insert charts in a spreadsheet, and print a spreadsheet. Let's get started with some basics and open Excel by double-clicking on the program icon. After opening, Excel will present a rectangular table or grid of rows and columns. The horizontal rows are identified by numbers, 1, 2, 3, and the vertical columns are identified with letters of the alphabet, ABC. Columns beyond 26, the number of letters in the alphabet, will be identified by 2 or more letters, such as AA, AB, AC, etc. There's a maximum of 1,048,576 rows and 16,384 columns allowed in a single Excel spreadsheet. That's a lot of data. The intersection of a row and column forms a cell. For example, the intersection of row 1 and column A would form the cell A1. That would be the cell reference, name, or address. Cells are the basic units for storing data in the spreadsheet. The types of data that an Excel cell can hold are numbers, text, dates, or formulas. Numbers. A number has a constant numeric value, such as the test scores attained by a student. This kind of data can include numbers 0 through 9, exponent symbols, decimal points, or plus or minus signs. For example, 50%, plus, minus, etc. Text. Text data has no numeric value associated with it. The text data can contain alphabetic characters, numbers or special characters, or a combination of these. Examples of text data are Larry, B59, Airbus 300, etc. Dates. This type of data is used to enter any date which contains numbers and a slash sign in the form of 2-digit month, /2-digit day, /2-digit year, and can be formatted to various date formats and can even include the day of the week. Formulas and functions. Formulas and functions are mathematical equations. Any formula written in Excel is used for calculations. Each cell can contain a formula or constant values, which can be up to 225 characters long. When you open Excel, it defaults to open to a workbook with one worksheet. A worksheet is a single sheet in a workbook. You can add or delete worksheets in a workbook as needed. The number of worksheets allowed in a single workbook is limited only to the amount of memory available. The rows of tabs and icons at the top of the Excel window is called the ribbon. The ribbon allows you to quickly find, understand, and use commands for completing certain tasks. Each tab offers a set of tools to perform various tasks to create and manipulate your spreadsheet. As with most Microsoft programs, there are various ways to do certain tasks in Excel, such as moving around. The 3 ways to move around a spreadsheet are: use the arrows on the keyboard, move the mouse pointer, which should be a large white cross, to the chosen cell and click once with the left mouse button, click in the name box, type a cell name, and press the Enter key to be taken to the cell. The name box is on the left side of the worksheet, at the top, under the ribbon. Depending upon which mouse pointer is visible when you click and drag with the mouse, one of 3 actions will occur. The thick white cross will select cells, the thin black cross will copy cell contents, and the 4-headed arrow will move cell contents to another location. Once you are in the cell, you will be able to enter data in that cell by clicking on the cell, typing the information, and pressing the Enter key. If the data in the cell needs to be edited, click once on the cell and begin to type. Just a warning, this will erase anything currently in the cell. Double-click on the cell to make the cursor appear in it so that it can be edited. Click once in the cell, then click in the formula bar and edit the cell's contents. Click once in the cell and press the F2 key on the keyboard to make the cursor appear. If there's already data in this cell, using the F2 function will put you at the end of the data. In order to apply changes to a range of cells, the cells have to be selected or highlighted. To do this, place the mouse pointer, the large white cross, on the cell where you wish to begin to highlight. Click the left mouse button and hold it down as you move the mouse across the cells you want to highlight. Let go of the left mouse button only when you have selected the appropriate range of cells. If you have selected too many cells, continue holding the left mouse button and move the mouse pointer back toward the first cell selected. This will decrease the selection area. If you have selected an incorrect range of cells, deselect the current range by clicking once on any one cell and begin again. Note, when selecting a group of cells, the first cell selected will not appear to be highlighted with black text on a blue background. However, it will also have the thick black border around it, and it is selected. To highlight an entire column or row, click on the number of the row, which are in the gray boxes at the far left of the spreadsheet, with your mouse pointer on the thick black arrow pointing to the right. Or, click on the letter of the column, which are in the gray boxes at the top of the spreadsheet, with your mouse pointer on the thick black arrow pointing down. Basic cutting or copying and pasting features are available in Excel. To copy the contents of a cell, click on the cell, select the Home tab, click Copy from the Clipboard group. To paste the contents of a cell, click on the cell, select the Home tab, and click Paste from the Clipboard group. Rows and columns may be added to a spreadsheet with a few simple steps. To insert a row or a column, select the row or column heading, click the Home tab, click the Insert button from the Cells group of the Home ribbon. The insertion will fall before the selected column or row. To delete a column or row, click the column or row heading, click the Delete button on the Cells group of the Home ribbon. The width of a column or the height of a row may be expanded to increase the visible space in each cell. There are a couple of ways to change the column width. The first method is to use the mouse to adjust the width or height. To do this, put the mouse pointer on the boundary line between the gray capital letter column labels at the top of the column you want to change. The mouse pointer will change from the large white cross to a black vertical line with arrows on either side. Hold the left mouse button down and drag until you reach the desired width, then let go of the mouse button. The second and probably most efficient way to adjust the width or height is to use the Auto Fit feature. To use the Auto Fit feature, start by double-clicking on the column boundary line using the double black arrow as explained above. Excel will automatically fit the column to the longest piece of information in that column. Select the column by clicking on its gray letter header above the column. Now click on the Format button in the Cells group on the Home tab and click on Auto Fit Column Width from the drop-down menu. Excel will automatically fit the column. Note: the above sections can also be applied to rows by working in the gray number label area to the left of the rows, or by clicking on the Format button in the Cells group on the Home tab, and then clicking on Auto Fit Row Height from the drop-down menu. Let's move on to the formatting of cells. There are many formats that may be added to a cell. To change a cell's format, first, select the cells to be formatted. Use the buttons on the Home tab to perform format changes, such as change the font type, found on the Home tab under the Font grouping or the Cells grouping. Change the font size, found on the Home tab under the Font grouping or the Cells grouping. Make the font bold, italics, or underlined, found on the Home tab under the Font grouping or the Cell grouping. Align left, align center, or align right, found on the Home tab under the Alignment grouping or the Cells grouping. Merge and center, found on the Home tab under the Alignment grouping or the Cells grouping. Currency and percentage, found on the Home tab under the Cells grouping, using the Format drop-down menu and selecting Format Cells. Increase or decrease decimal point, found on the Home tab under the Cell grouping, using the Format drop-down menu and selecting Format Cells. Add borders, found on the Home tab under the Font grouping or the Cell grouping, using the Format drop-down menu and selecting Format Cells. Or change the font color, found on the Home tab under the Font grouping or the Cell grouping. Note: all these functions may also be done on the Cell grouping, using the drop-down menu and selecting Format Cells. It may be quicker and easier to use the tools from the Font or Paragraph tabs if there are no changes to the cell like percentages or a specific date or number format. Excel's sorting feature makes sorting data a relatively simple task. To organize or rearrange data in a worksheet, select any one cell in the table, specifically in the column you want to sort by. Click on the Home tab on the ribbon and then move to the Editing group. Click on the Sort and Filter button for the type of sorting you would like to do. A through Z with a down arrow is A to Z, 1 through 10, and oldest date to most recent date. Z through A with a down arrow is Z to A, 10 through 1, and most recent date to oldest date. Excel is a great program to use to perform mathematical tasks. Mathematical tasks may be done by writing formulas. Excel reads an expression that begins with an equal sign as a calculation. All functions and formulas begin with an equal sign. Formulas always begin with an equal sign and can include cell names and numbers. Cell names can be written using upper or lowercase letters. Parentheses are used to indicate which part of a formula is calculated first. After the formula is typed, press the Enter key to have the answer computed. The answer is displayed in the cell, and the formula is displayed in the formula bar when the cell is selected. There are two ways to enter formulas. The first is to type the equal sign and cell references along with the math symbols as in the example given by using the keyboard. The second method is to use point and click. This method can be faster and more accurate. The point and click method is a combination of using the mouse to select cells, Excel will automatically fill in the cell reference, and keyboard to type in symbols. For example, to enter in cell D1 the formula equals A1 times B1 times C1, follow these steps in order. Click on cell D1 to make it your active cell. Press the equal symbol key on the keyboard. Click once on cell A1. Press the star key on the keyboard. Click once on cell B1. Press the star key on the keyboard. Click once on cell C1. Press the Enter key on the keyboard. As with any program, it is important to save your work while working in any file so that you don't lose your work. To save a workbook, click the File tab. Click Save As and select how you want to save. One last and possibly the most useful feature to Excel is the ability to create a chart using the data you have entered. Incorporating charts into presentations helps to communicate insights and information more easily. Incorporating charts into presentations helps to communicate insights and information more easily. To insert a chart, begin by selecting the cells that contain the numbers to be used in the chart. From the Insert tab, select Chart from the Illustration group. Choose the type of chart you want and left-click on it. The chart will be inserted. The position of the chart may be moved by selecting it and dragging it to the desired location or position. Finally, the spreadsheet may be printed. To print a spreadsheet, click the File tab, point to Print, and then click Print. To specify the pages that you want to print, go to the Print dialog box. Under Print Range, in the From and To boxes, type the pages you want to print. If the page orientation is not correct, portrait or landscape, choose the orientation box and change it to the desired page layout. Hit Print, and your spreadsheet will print. If you're interested in learning more, check out our full list of classes. If you're looking to expand your learning with more advanced courses, you can access lynda.com with your MyLink card. Use your MyLink card number and PIN to log in and start learning today. If you need help getting started, you can call 832-393-1313 to speak with one of our friendly and knowledgeable librarians.